Hey, this is Gerald Cigar Street. Now, I had recently reviewed a cigar that was exclusive to Cigars Daily, and what was unique about that cigar is that instead of putting a band on it, they incorporated the artwork or the design of a cigar into the packaging. Now, today I'm going to smoke the Liga Muerte, and that cigar has the same design concepts. So if we take a close look at the cigar, what's really cool is that even though it doesn't have a band, they've incorporated this sticker design into the packaging. It's right on top of the cellophane. Now, I would typically prefer a band over the cigar, but this is definitely a good second option, and I still think it creates a unique look for the cigar, and it's one that's easily to identify in your humidor. Let's go ahead and cut this guy up, light it up, and see what it's all about. Hey, real quick, if you're into cigar reviews and cigar-related artwork, consider clicking that subscribe button. Now let's get on to Liga Muerte or Cigar Review. And boy, did I butcher that name. Now, my reviewed cigar may have a ton of veins and stems all the way throughout it. However, it's still a really cool looking cigar. Now, this has a darker Oscuro wrapper that just really screams at you. So I'm really curious to see what this cigar actually tastes like. And what's really cool about the cigar, at least at the head, is the pigtail. So you see here we have a really cool looking pronounced pigtail on the cigar. And the wrapper also covers the foot, as you can see there. So I'd say presentation wise, even though it has tons of veins throughout it, it's really a cool looking stick, and I'm really looking forward to smoking it. Let's get this guy cut up. And let's see how it actually got it. Oops, made a mess. Taste. Okay, right from the start, what I pick up is a very dark and rich tobacco flavor. I mean, I wouldn't say it's extremely bold, but it's a pretty rich tasting cigar, and I think right from the get-go, this tastes pretty special, at least to me. Recently, I did have the Filthy Viking, also had the Liga Zebra, as I said in my intro, and for me, those cigars were probably more lighter on the lighter end and not more aligned with the type of cigars I typically smoke. This one, right away, seems like it's going to be a great tasting cigar. So let's let this guy heat up, see how it develops, and I'll come back with an update here towards the end of the first third. Okay, I had a feeling I was going to really enjoy this cigar from the first puff, and it has not let me down at all. I mean, the flavors on this are pretty good. I'm really impressed with this stick, and I believe the cigar goes somewhere around $6.50. So at this price range, it's really an excellent smoke. Now, the flavors that I enjoy the most in this stick are the retro. And in that retro hell, you pick up this very creamy smoke that's accented by a spice, and that spice has a peppery bite to it. However, I'm not tasting black pepper or anything like that. It's just this peppery bite to the spice, and at times you get the sweet notes interjected into the smoke as well. Now, when you're drawing on the cigar, the flavors mainly are like a dark, unsweet chocolate, and it's so much so that even as I'm talking now, I feel like those flavors resting against my tongue. There's also some woodsy notes in there as well, but they're pretty minor. It's mainly that dark chocolate notes, and it's one of those flavors that just makes your mouth water. I mean, as I'm talking now, I feel like my mouth is just kind of watery, you know, like I ate a big burger or something like that. It's just these really full, rich flavors. It's really a good tasting cigar. Now, construction-wise, as you can see here, the burn has some issues. I'm probably going to have to touch that up, but for the most part, the burn's been pretty solid for me. The smoke output's been great. The draw's perfect. I mean, other than a little bit of a wonky burn, it's been a really well constructed cigar. It's definitely a stick I'm enjoying, and I'm looking forward to see how the next couple sections go. So I'll keep working on it and come back with an update here at the end of the second third. Okay, real quick, the big guy here wanted to say hello. You've probably seen him in the background of a lot of my videos. This is Bear. But anyways, back to the cigar review. Okay, there really wasn't a whole lot of changes in this section of the stick. However, there were some minor changes that I need to point out. The creamy notes have dropped off. They're still present. They're just not as noticeable as before. Mainly what I taste now in the retro hell is just the spice. Now, as you're drawing on the cigar, what you pretty much taste, instead of those dark, unchocolate flavor notes, what you're picking up more now, or what I pick up more now, is more of a woodsy taste. So it's more of a woodsy tasting cigar. It's still very savory. It makes your mouth water. The changes are pretty minor. I'd say that the first section of the stick was probably my favorite so far. However, this section is still pretty good, and it's close enough to the first section that it still feels like you're smoking the same cigar. So overall, it's been a very good experience with the cigar. Still has a great taste, and I'm really enjoying it. Construction wise, things haven't changed. As you can see here, the burn is still wonky. I never did touch it up. I'm probably going to have to touch it up now. I was trying to hold off, see if it would correct itself. So I'll go ahead and touch up the burn, and then I'll come back with my final update here at the end of the final third. Okay, I think we're at the end of this journey, and I'd say overall the flavors in the final third were consistent with the second third. It's mainly those woodsy notes and spice that I pick up in the smoke. But overall, a very enjoyable cigar. And this cigar puts out a ton of smoke too. I don't know if you can tell through the camera, but it's definitely smoking like a chimney. This has definitely been an excellent cigar, and I think out of all the Cigars Daily cigars, this one and the Alborgata are probably my favorite that I've had. I've really enjoyed this stick from the beginning till the end here, and it's definitely one I look forward to smoking again. However, it's a cigar that I think if you're into lighter smokes, or if you're, I'd say, new to cigar smoking, it's probably one I would pass on for the time being. However, if you do like fuller tasting cigars, and there's not a lot of flavor changes, but it definitely has bolder flavors, it's definitely one you should give a try. So if you've had the cigar before, let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next review.